The following game is being played with History Maker Baseball Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2022, all rights reserved. If you would like to order a copy of History Maker Baseball Express, or if you would like to check out the other products offered from Play Games, please click on the link provided in the description box below. Only the fifth time in this project, we are playing, or excuse me, for the fourth time, I should say, in this project, we are playing a Game 5 winner take all matchup. This time, we have the 1927 Yankees taking on the 2022 Texas Rangers here at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. And it's pretty simple with the Game 5 winner take all. The winner of this game will win the series. Your pitching matchup will be a rematch of Game 2, as it'll be Dane Dunning going for the 2022 Texas Rangers and Urban Shocker going for the 1927 New York Yankees. Lineups have been exchanged in home plate, and it looks like it'll be Julie Wera to lead things off here in this winner-take-all Game 5 matchup for the 1927 New York Yankees. 1-2-5 is the pitcher not fresh. Dane Dunning is fresh. And again, the way that I work freshness for all the games in this video series and all the games in this project, both on both sides, 3 full fresh and 3 semi-fresh to even things out. And we have, and if any of the 2 starters is pitching a shutout, he will retain semi-freshness until they give up a run. So in this case, Dane Dunning is still fresh. We go to a champion batter check on Julie Wera. He is not a champion, so that's going to be a 2 dot to end the top half of the first. And that's going to be it for the 1927 Yankees in their half of the first. And now it's going to be the 2022 Texas Rangers' turn. And Leody Taveras will lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And it's like I grabbed one of my dice, and I do apologize for that. We'll roll it right here. There we are. 156 for Taveras in the bottom half of the first. Is Shocker an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Taveras a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a minimum base result. -1 for black die if flash. Unfortunately for Shocker, he does not have flash. Oh, and the bases are loaded, full of Rangers here in the bottom half of the first, and it will be a decider die, a blank, and we'll go to the blue die of 1. Or excuse me, we'll read the red die of 5. I should have said that. With bases loaded of a single and a stolen base for Taveras in his first appearance, an error in the second appearance, and a walk in his third appearance. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Mitch Garver, to bat against Urban Shocker here off of the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 14. Scrapper hits single. Mitch Garver is not a scrapper, so that is going to be a bases clearing double. And the 2022 Texas Rangers take a 3-0 lead off of the bases clearing single by Mitch Garver as they are given a run for their money here to the 1927 Yankees and say, hey, we want to become the 14 to beat you guys. We're doing so right now with a huge statement here in the bottom half of the first. And we now go to the men on base chart again for Ezekiel Duran with a 26 home run king. It's home run. Duran is not a home run king, so that's going to be a contact result of 3. And it will be, is Duran a Satsack or utility batter? He is a semi-utility. However, the decider die says he is not. That's going to be an RBI for Duran. And let's see what the outcome is off of my RBI question mark and microchart RBI results narrative chart. It'll be a base hit, and we'll read the black die of 2, and it will be an RBI single for Zeke, and that'll be it for the bottom. That'll be it for the first. As the 2022 Texas Rangers lead this game by a score of 4-0, and we are going to head to the second inning here at Globe Life Field with the score 2022 Rangers 4 and the 1927 Yankees nothing. 3-4-6 for Pat Collins off of the main chart. It reads, is the pitcher not fresh? Well, again, we're still in the first 3 innings, so he is fresh. Is Pat Collins a hero batter? He is not. So that's going to be a no runs result with a chance of a solo home run. However, the black die is not a 6. So it's going to be a 6 no runs result to end the top half of the second with your score still in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers by a score of 4-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. 2-4-4. Is Bubba Thompson, is Urban Shocker an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Bubba Thompson a utility batter? He is not. So that's going to be a minimum base result, -1 for black die of control. Urban Shocker does have double control, so that black die 4 will be reduced to a black die 2 with a runner on second base, and a 2 and a 4 will be a walk and a stolen base for Bubba Thompson. And the catcher, Pat Collins, will make his way out to the mound as he calls time to the home plate umpire, and they will talk things over before Marcus Semien delivers another at bat for the Rangers here in the bottom half of the second inning. (256) is Shocker a workman, reading the black and blue dice is such of a 56. Patient draws the walk. Unfortunately, Marcus Simeon is not a patient batter. It'll be a contact result of a red die 2. And is Marcus Simeon a sad sack batter? He is not. That's going to force home the Rangers' 5th run of the game. And it's going to end up being an RBI for Marcus Simeon with a hit, and we'll give him the blue die 5. And it will be a sac fly and an RBI for Marcus Simeon as he drives home um, the runner on second base to end the second inning here at the stadium at Globe Life Field with the score of 5-0. Let's see if the New York Yankees bullpen is active. They are. Is Shocker going to be out of the game after this inning? He will be. So the bullpen is getting active, and let's see, and we will see who that pitcher is when we get to the bottom half of the third inning. So for right now, we head to the top half of the third, and Cedric Durst is now up at the dish against Dane Dunning. 2-4-5. Is Dunning a struggler pitcher? No. Is Durst a sad sack batter? No. So that is going to be a men on base result, -1 for the black die if flash or control. And it looks like Dane Dunning has a flash, but he also has control. So that is going to be a no runs result of 5 blank to end the third inning for the 1927 Yankees with the score of 5-0 as we head to the bottom half of the third. And before the Rangers take their turn at the plate, the Yankees will make a pitching change, and we will take a timeout. Looks like it'll be Joe Girard to come out of the bullpen for the bottom half of the third inning for the 1927 Yankees. And his first task at hand will be to keep the score right where it is for his team to somehow get back into this game. As we all know, the winner of this game wins the series. So Corey Seager will step up to the box against Joe Girard. We have a 2-4-5. Is Girard a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Seager a sad sack batter? He is not. So that's going to be a men on base result, -1 for black die if flash or control. Girard has both flash and control. So that black die 4 will be reduced to a black die 2. And it's going to be resulting in a single and a stolen base for Corey Seager. And that's going to bring Nathaniel Lowe to the dish off of the men on base chart, facing Joe Girard, who is the bullpen hero. 66. Scrapper hits single. Unfortunately for Nathaniel Lowe, he is not a scrapper. That's going to be a double. And the score is now 6-0 in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. Here is Adolis Garcia. El Bombi is his nickname. And it is 6-0 here as we head to the men on base chart for Adolis Garcia's appearance here in the bottom half of the third. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 23. Eager grounds out Adolis Garcia is semi-eager. The decider die says he is not eager. That is going to be a walk. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Jonah Heim, for his turn off of the men on base chart. 11. Batting team harmony or pitching team dissonant. Well, the pitching team is dissonant. That is going to be a single to load up the bases. And unfortunately for the 1927 Yankees, they can't go to the pen as Joe Girard has to be, is the only guy that can get them out of the inning here in the bottom half of the third. And here's Leody Taveras off of the men on base chart. 13. Fresh or relief pitcher gets the pop out. And it looks like Joe Girard is the relief pitcher, so he will get the pop out, preventing further damage here at Globe Life Field. As the score now, as we head to the fourth inning, it is 6-0 in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. Earl Holmes will be the leadoff batter here in the top half of the fourth against Dane Dunning. 256 is Dane Dunning, a workman pitcher. He's a semi-workman. The decider die says he is a workman, so he's going to get on base with a men on base result with a base running adjustment symbol and no adjustment needed, as the situation will be a second and third, and it will be going to the multiple runners on base chart with a 6. We'll give the red die a 6. And it will read for Earl Combs, back-to-back singles in 2 appearances and a double and an RBI in the other appearance in this game. And Mark Koenig will roll off of the men on base chart for the 1927 Yankees. 11. Batting team harmony or pitching team dissonant. Well, the pitching team is dissonant, and that is going to be a base hit, as the runner on third will score. Runner on second moves to third, and it's now 6-2 in favor of the 2022. I almost said 1927. Geez, 2022 Texas Rangers. And here's the Bambino, Babe Ruth, to hit off of the men on base chart. 46. Same reliever gets the strikeout. We don't have a lefty-righty. We have a lefty-righty matchup, but we don't have a righty-righty matchup. So that's going to be a contact result of 2. So we ask, is Babe Ruth a sad sack batter? He is not. So that is going to be an RBI result. And the lead is cut in half as Babe Ruth is going to see here. The decider die was not used, so it'll be an error on the catcher, E2, and an RBI for Babe Ruth. The lead is cut in half as we end the top half of the fourth and head to the bottom half of the inning, but the score remains 6-3 in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. And Mitch Garver will step up to the plate here in the bottom half of the fourth. 226. Is Girard an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Garver a utility batter? He is not. So that is going to be an RBI question mark result. And it looks like the decider die says yes, an RBI will go to the Texas Rangers, and they extend their lead to a score of 7-3. And Garver is going to get an an error on the right fielder, E9 and an RBI. For his turn in the fourth inning, and that's going to do it for the fourth, as the score now is 7-3 in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. Here's Lou Gehrig to lead off the top half of the fifth. 1-2-2. Is Dunning a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Gehrig a champion batter? He is a champion batter, so that is going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment, and no adjustment needed, as we will place him on second base with an official scorer's decision of a single and an error, advancing Gehrig to second base. And Ben Pascal will be the next batter for the 1927 Yankees off of the men on base chart. 23, eager grounds out. Ben Pascal is eager, so he will ground out to end the fifth inning to keep the score at 7-3 in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. Ezekiel Duran will lead things off with a 1-2-2. Is Gerard a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Duran a champion batter? He is not. And that's going to be a no runs result of 2-0 to end the fifth inning. And that's going to send us to the sixth with the score of 7-3, still in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. Here is Ray Morehart to lead things off here in the top half of the sixth. 2-3-5. Is that what you guys can see? It reads, is Dunning a star pitcher? No. Is Morehart a sad sack batter? He is not. So that's going to be a men on base result, -1 for black die if flash. Dane Dunning does have flash, so that is going to be putting the runners at the corners. And a 3, and the decider die, I believe, was not used. 2, 3, 5, start now. Yes, decider die was not used, so it's going to end up being for Ray Morehart. He will be collecting 2 hits for his over the course of this game, over the course of his game here. And I will roll this red, and I will roll the red die, but you can choose any die that you want when using my optional homebrew narrative charts homebrew narrative charts for men on base, either men on base or RBI question mark or micro chart RBI results. And on the red die rolls, you're going to use 1 or a 6 as a home run, 2 or a 5 is a single, a 3 is a triple, and 4 is a double. And you will collect 2 hits. 3 is a triple, and 2 is a single. And that's going to bring up the next batter in the inning for Julie Wera to bat off of the men on base chart. The black and blue dice is such of a 36. Active batter gets a runner's advance 2 bases single and a stolen base. However, Julie Wera is not an active batter, or we're referring to the running quality. So it'll be a contact result of 3 It reads, is Julie Ware a Sansack or utility? He is not, and that's going to be an RBI, as the lead is now 7-4 in favor of the Texas Rangers. And we will determine now what the RBI result was for Julie Ware. An error on the first baseman. And that'll do it for the top half of the sixth in for the 1927 Yankees here in the sixth inning. The score is now 7-4 in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. Here's Bubba Thompson. 4.66. Is Gerard a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Thompson a hero batter? He is a semi-hero. The decider die says he is not a hero, excuse me. So that's going to be a no-runs result with a solo home run. And that is going to end up being a no-runs, courtesy of Bubba Thompson not having the home run king or slugger qualities. So that is going to be a no-runs result of 6. As I forgot to switch the progress bar to the bottom half of the sixth, but there we go. It'll be a no-runs result of 6 dot to end the sixth inning here at the stadium with the score of 7-4 in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. And first of all, let's see if that pen is active for the Texas Rangers. They are not, so they're putting faith in Dane Dunning to get through the seventh inning, and that'll be it for him, as he will turn things over to the pen after Pat Collins' turn up at the dish. 1-2-3. Is Dunning a workman or struggler pitcher? No. Is Pat Collins a champion batter? He is not. So that's going to be a no-runs result, as it'll be a 1 blank, and that'll take us to the stretch here at Globe Life Field in Arlington, as the 2022 Texas Rangers are 2 innings away from becoming the 4th team in this project to defeat the 1927 New York Yankees. Here's Marcus Semien to roll for his turn here in the bottom half of the 7th. 3-3-4. Is Gerard a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Marcus Semien a utility batter? He is a semi-utility. The decider die says he is not. Excuse me. So that's going to be a men on base result. -1 for black die of control. And Joe Girard does have control. So that is going to put Marcus Semien on second base with a 2 and a 3. That is going to be a walk and a, oh my gosh, a walk and a balk. A walk will put Semien on and will advance him to second via a balk, probably on a pickoff throw over to first, and the pitcher stepped over that 45-degree imaginary line. He accidentally stepped towards home and got called a balk on him. And Corey Seager is going to roll for his turn off the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 12. Slugger hits home run. Corey Seager is not a slugger, so that is going to be a single. And the run will score, and that's going to do it for the 7th inning here at Globe Life Field. Your score is now 8-4 in favor of the 2022 Texas Rangers. And let's see if that pen is now active for the Texas Rangers. They are. Is Dane Dunning going to be removed from this game? He will, and he will. So in the meantime, we will take a pitching change for the Texas Rangers, and we will take a timeout. And it looks like it will be Jose Leclerc to be appearing out of the bullpen for the 2022 Texas Rangers, as he will be the bullpen hero going forward for the remainder of this game. And Cedric Durst will be the next batter up in the lineup for the New York Yankees. 236 is Leclerc, struggler or gilded pitcher? No, he is not. Is Durst a sad sack batter? He is not. So that's going to be an RBI question mark result. And it looks like there's going to be 2 RBIs awarded to Cedric Durst according to the rules. And it will be an 8-6. Now the lead is cut in half. And let's determine first if the 2 RBIs happened on the same appearance. They did. And they won't. So it's going to be 2 separate appearances for 2 RBIs for Cedric Durst. First RBI was an error on the catcher. The second RBI was also another error, this time on the first baseman. And that's going to do it for the top half of the 8th. Your score is now 8-6 as we head to the bottom half of the 8th. And Nathaniel Lowe will be the batter. 335. Is Joe Girard a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Lowe a champion batter? He is not. That's going to be a no-runs result of 5 blank to end the 8th. And buckle up, folks. The 2022 Texas Rangers are 1 out away, or 1 half inning away from defeating the 1927 New York Yankees to become only the 4th team to beat the 1927 Yankees, and the 3rd team to do so whenever this series hits a winner take all game 5. Standing in the way is Earl Combs from that happening. 466. Is Leclerc a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Earl Combs a hero batter? He is a hero. So that's going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment. And it looks like it's going to have to be a bases loaded situation. Oh, hold your breath, fans. Hold the presses. Oh, and I forgot to switch to the top half of the night. There we go. It will be, again, it was a 446. And then I believe it was a 6 on the black die, and 4 on the red die, and a 4 on the blue die. Yes. So as a result, it's going to be a 4 and a 6. So we're going to have to refer to the decider die, and I believe it was on. It was not used. So let me just re-roll just in case. What the decider die was here, as I forgot to not. I think it was dot. Yeah, it was dot. So it will be 2 hits for Earl Combs off of my men on, or excuse me, 3 hits off of my homebrew optional men on base narrative. A 2 is a single. Another 2 is a single. And the third is a 4, which is going to be a double. And Mark Koenig now is going to roll for his turn off of the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 45. This has got to do it. Fresh pitcher gets the ground out. Jose Leclerc is the bullpen hero, so he retains freshness. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the 2022 Texas Rangers have defeated the 1927 Yankees by a final score of 8-6, becoming only the third team in this project to defeat the 1927 Yankees whenever this series goes to a winner take all game 5. Whenever any series goes to a winner take all game 5, and the fourth team overall to beat the 1927 Yankees in this 2024 edition of the 1927 Yankees Gauntlet Challenge. Oh boy, what a series! And I said from the beginning, this is going to be a fun series to play out, and it sure was. So once again, the 2022 Texas Rangers etched their name in history as they defeat the 1927 Yankees by a final score of 8-6.